see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed as the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome, families, honored guests, and most of all, the class of 2020. I'm Hart Indianola Community School District Superintendent, and it's a pleasure to offer just a few words today. As I was deciding what to share, we were in the midst of a very challenging spring, an extended school closure. We recorded these words not knowing if we would be able to have graduation in person or not. In the end, I decided to share these thoughts with you from John Gordon. I find him to be one of the most positive and understandable authors and speakers out there, so this will be a nice change of pace from my usual speech. John Gordon writes, "This virus may have stolen your senior year and graduation, but it cannot and will not steal your future. While you will always remember this painful time, you'll also be the generation that doesn't take anything for granted. You know what it's like to have something taken away from you in a moment. And as a result, you will appreciate what you have when you have it. You'll value your relationships, make the most of your opportunities, and create a great future. I know it's easy to be bitter about what happened, but choose to get better. Don't look backwards. Look forward. Stay positive. Work hard. Believe the best is yet to come. What you believe will determine what you create." In this spirit, here are 11 lessons that John Gordon shares with you from his book, The Seed, to empower you and inspire you on your journey. Number one, you are here for a reason, and the most important thing you can do in your whole life is to find, live, and share your purpose. It's the one thing in life that truly matters, and if you don't pursue it, everything else is meaningless. Number two, follow your passion. It so often leads you to your purpose. You may not know what your passion is right now. That's okay. The important thing is to make it your life mission, to find it, live it, and share it. To help find your passion, seek out jobs and experiences that will allow you to use your strengths and talents. Do what you're good at and what energizes you. Number three, this is an interesting one. Beware of hobbies. Just because you love to cook doesn't mean that you would enjoy owning a restaurant. For example, I owned restaurants, Gordon writes, but I realized I didn't love the food business. I loved the service and marketing aspect of the business. Number four, here's another interesting one. We don't often encourage young people to quit. Number four, quit for the right reasons. Don't quit because work is hard or you're experiencing challenges. Quit because in your heart, you know there is something else for you to do. Quit because you are not benefiting yourself or the organization you work for. Quit because you are absolutely certain you are no longer supposed to be there. Number five, learn from every job and experience. Every job, good or bad, prepares you for the work you were ultimately born to do. Number six, your job may not be your ultimate purpose, but it can serve as a vehicle to live and share your purpose. Number seven, whatever job you take after graduation, simply decide to serve. When you serve in small ways, you'll get more opportunities to serve in bigger ways. Number 8, your dream job is likely not the one you dreamed about. So often we end up in amazing careers that have nothing to do with our college degree or our childhood dreams. Number 9, the quest for your purpose is not a straight line. It is filled with mystery, signs, obstacles, victories, dead ends, delays, and detours. Your job is to stay optimistic and faithful on your quest. Number 10, don't rush the future. There's a process that seeds must go through in order to become all they are destined to become. And you must go through this same process to become the person you are meant to be and do the work you are meant to do. You may want things to happen now, but more than likely, if you got what you wanted now, you wouldn't be ready for it. The purpose process prepares you, strengthens you, shapes you, and grows you to be successful, not in your time, but in the right time. And finally, number 11, be the seed. Seeds surrender themselves to the ground so they can be used for a greater purpose. Wherever you work, decide to plant yourself where you are and allow yourself to be used for a greater purpose. When you plant yourself and make a difference, you grow into the person that you were born to be, and you produce a harvest that will benefit others and change the world. Best wishes and congratulations, seniors.
Good afternoon. If you're currently watching this video, it means that we are unable to have our graduation ceremony in person due to the coronavirus. That being said, I would like to welcome all of the parents, faculty, family, and friends to this virtual ceremony and want to thank you all for tuning in to celebrate the class of 2020. I would also like to thank the school board and administration for working together to create this video that we will be able to cherish for the rest of our lives. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tom Craffle. I've had the privilege of being the student body president for the class of 2020 this past school year, despite numerous attempts from Mr. Huber to impeach me. I'm going to start with a short story that happened over 4 years ago. I was riding in the car with my mom in August of our freshman year. I leaned in from the back seat because I still wasn't allowed to sit up front yet, and I told her, "Mom, I'm going to be the valedictorian of my class." Being the supportive mother she is, she said, "Well, that's not going to be very easy, but you're going to have to work very hard." And I didn't say much after that, and I did work hard. I took all of the necessary classes, paid attention in class, and studied a lot. Pretty much everything I did revolved around academics the first 3 years of high school, because that's what I thought success was. Sure, I made some friends and joined some clubs, but I can't tell you how many times I stayed home on a Tuesday night from a volleyball game or a basketball game because I had a quiz the next day. I had to be number one in our class, and now here we are. I finally did it. I achieved my highest goal. I had achieved success, or so I thought. My vision of success changed drastically my junior summer and even more recently this year. Last summer, I was blessed with the opportunity to travel to Zambia to teach 7th graders for a month. I saw so many children with absolutely nothing. No shoes, no clothes, no food, and sometimes no family. However, even though they don't have anything, they are so happy. They love to be on my shoulder or hold my hand. What matters to those kids wasn't all of my achievements, but rather the simple fact that I was there. I couldn't have asked for a more eye-opening experience to see what really matters, the people in your life and the positive impact that you can have on them. It was there where I met Alex, who started a club where children can go in the afternoon to spend time learning from volunteers because they can't afford to go to school. And after they have consistently shown up for a week, they receive a peanut butter sandwich, most likely the only food that they get to eat all day. She gives the kids a chance at life, and a chance to be inspired. She made me realize how one-dimensional my outlook was on life. I thought long and hard about my own definition of success. I realized that becoming the valedictorian is very superficial. Who did I help along the way? Who did I inspire and encourage? What relationships did I form from studying alone in my room? So as my senior year began, I tried to change. I tried to help people, be a light for them in a dark world we live in. I smiled more, went to all the games despite having tests the next day, sometimes regretting it the next day, but still. Ultimately, I chose people and relationships over school. I noticed an immediate difference. I looked forward to school. I was much happier and I still did just fine in all my classes. I had better relationships with my friends and my teachers, and it felt amazing. I'm not telling you to stop studying and preparing for classes, however tempting that might be. What I am saying is that you should go out there and just live your life to inspire people. Although success might derive individually, it can only be achieved together. If you look at all the successful or inspirational people in history, who do you think of? Here's mine. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., Kobe Bryant, and the most mesmerizing person alive today, Kevin Hart. MLK's journey couldn't have been more unselfish, inspiring cultural change and stopping at nothing to achieve equality, and ultimately, in our eyes, success. Next, Kobe Bryant. Honestly, he reminds me a lot of myself, both in our basketball abilities and our good looks. He will always be remembered for basketball. But is he the greatest ever? I don't know. It's also very, very subjective. However, who he was as a person will never be subjective. Why do you think his death froze the world for over a week and still burns a hole in our hearts today? Because he inspired each and every one of us to be great. Not necessarily greater than the person next to you, but the greatest version of yourself that you can be. He used his abilities to become an icon bigger than the game of basketball. He let the world into his mind and encouraged all of us to be greater than we were the day before. Lastly, Kevin Hart. Although he occasionally uses bad words, he is still the hardest worker and happiest person I've ever seen. He smiles in every situation, not because he's always happy, but because he knows that he has the capacity to make others happy. If he smiles and encourages others to work, they'll follow. Be the example, not the problem. I would argue that all three of these individuals have achieved success, not because of their personal achievements, but because of their unselfishness and courage to inspire and help others along the way. That being said, one of the most successful beings I've ever seen is Master Oogway from the greatest movie of all time, Kung Fu Panda. He once told his apprentice Po, "Yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift." That's why they call it the present. He knew that in order to truly unlock your full potential in life, that we have to be able to learn from the past and accept the uncertainty of tomorrow, all the while remaining in the moment. I can't think of a better example to demonstrate this idea than the game of golf. One round in particular was at Elmwood Country Club. Gabe, you know this better than most. Now, 2 years earlier, my brother tied for first at the state golf tournament at this course. So obviously I told him that I was going to beat his score of 1 over par. Leading up to this round, I had been playing very bad golf. But I thought if I went in with a positive attitude, I'd be fine. And I started hot, birdied my first hole, parred the next 2, and then the 4th hole came. 4th hole is a short par 4, tee shot a little bit to the left. And I kid you not when I say the next few shots were straight shanks, literally 90 degrees to the right. Long story short, I took a 15 on a par 4. For those of you who don't know, that is not a good score. And there's no happy ending to this story. I went on to have my worst round of the season. I was too caught up in worrying about the next shot or the last shot instead of taking it one shot at a time. It took me a while to realize this, but eventually I figured it out and finished the season strong. The moral of the story is that failure is okay. We shouldn't dwell on it or cause us to fear the future. In order to get back up, you must first fall down. I found it much easier to get back up when other people are on either side of me pulling me up. Life boils down to surrounding yourself with people who can inspire and push you to be a better person. So I encourage all of you to be that helping hand for the people in your life. I've had 3 words written on my whiteboard this entire year. Be good people. If you see someone sitting by themselves, invite them over. If an elderly lady needs help, open the door. Say please, say thank you, simply smile. Good people are becoming increasingly scarce, and it might not seem like much. You could easily make somebody's day. Everyone trusts good people. They enjoy the company of good people. They respect good people. They invest in good people, and they long for us in their lives. So my challenge to all of you today is to continue to be good people and find a passion in your heart to make life better for others. Strive to experience opportunities that challenge you and put yourself in an environment where you can bring out the good in everyone in the room. You just have to open your eyes with a new perspective on your life and be thankful for the lessons we have learned from family, school, and friends. We have a lot to be grateful for, and today especially for our school board, administration, and faculty that persevered in the light of coronavirus to give us this virtual graduation. I encourage you all to change your view on the past few months and enjoy what you have, not what could have been. Lastly, I want to say thank you. Thank you to my teachers for helping me early in the mornings or after school. Thank you to IHS administration for creating a culture of love and discipline. Thank you to my friends for sticking with me all the 4 years. Thank you to my coaches for teaching me the value of hard work and that shooters always shoot. And a big thank you to my parents and brothers for being by my side the last 18 years. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Lastly, thank you to the class of 2020. It's been an amazing ride the past 4 years, and I wish the best of luck in the years to come. Despite all the odds stacked against us, all the naps we were woken from in class, all the rushed mornings trying not to be late, procrastinating, failed tests, breakups, horrible essays written in the morning before it was due, getting yelled at for watching YouTube in class, and failing to get any teachers to cancel finals because you couldn't get TikTok famous. Despite all of that, guess what? We still made it. Thank you.
I am flummoxed as to why you would choose me to speak here today, but I'm also honored and humbled, so I'll do my best. I often tell my classes at the beginning of the year, Mr. Stone's secret to life: accentuate your strengths and improve on your weaknesses. Easy, right? If you play basketball and have a great outside shot, but can't hit the floor when you dribble, you probably better work on that. Or maybe you love singing and have a beautiful voice, but can't sight read Mary Had a Little Lamb. Well, you better start learning Every Good Boy Does Fine or Face or whatever they are. So how do you decide what your strengths are? And how do you improve on your weaknesses? Well, if I knew all those answers, I'd be on a self-help show with Dr. Phil, wouldn't I? Geez, you people are needy. Good grief. Okay, you're going to have to figure it out yourself. You also need to try your best to learn from your mistakes and the difficult times that life will throw at you. Someday, maybe not today or tomorrow or say for the past 3 months, life will make things tough on all of us. So try to learn something from it. What am I supposed to learn, you may ask? And once again, I will say to you, figure it out yourself. And don't Google it, because the answer isn't there. We all make mistakes, fail, lose a job, let someone down, not live up to our potential. But you have to keep trying and keep learning. Now that I'm older and wiser, I only have to make the same mistake a couple of dozen times instead of the hundreds of times like when I was younger. Yeah, okay. That's not really true. I still make the same mistake over and over again. But I'm trying, and that's what counts. So what are my strengths and weaknesses, and what have I done to accentuate and improve? Well, I don't know any of you well enough to tell you all my secrets. You could ask Mrs. Stone. She knows them far better than I do. Now, on second thought, don't ask her. I may not like the answer. But the real answer is, you have to figure it out for yourself. I know this life thing is so difficult. Of course, you will have great teachers, coaches, spiritual leaders, and friends who can help along the way. And I encourage you to listen to the really important people in your life. But you still have to be the owner of you, who you are and who you want to be. The special people in your life, they will help guide you, but you must choose the road you will take. I think a poet said something like that once. But I can tell you one thing. The number of likes and reposts and shares are not the guides to follow. One last thing. Try to really live life to its fullest. What does that mean, you're going to ask? And again, I'm going to say, for the fourth time, you've got to figure it out yourself. I nor anyone else can really tell you what that means. But just trying to figure it out is a fantastic voyage in and of itself. One of my favorite lines from a play, because you know I had to quote at least one play, is from the play Our Town by Thornton Wilder. The character Emily has died in childbirth, but is allowed to come back and observe one specific time in her life. The stage manager / guardian angel warns her to pick a simple time, so she chooses her 12th birthday. After just a few minutes observing her past, she gets frustrated because no one understands how precious each moment is. She turns to the stage manager and asks, "Does anyone ever realize life while they live it? Every minute?" And the stage manager answers, "No. Saints and poets, maybe, they do some." So that is my challenge to all of you. Whether you are a poet or a saint or a mechanic, a doctor, a plumber, a farmer, or a lowly teacher, try to realize life while you live it. Every minute. Oh, and by the way, flummoxed, it's a really good word, and that you can Google. Thank you.
Indianola students are known for their service and leadership in the community, their talents in the fine and performing arts, and their athletic prowess and big heart in each sport and activity they participate in. Indianola students are also known for their strong achievement in the classroom. At this time, I would like to acknowledge the honor class of 2020. The following students earned a gold cord with a grade point average of 4.0 and above: Thomas Kraffel, Andreas Miller, Heather Wilmot, Allison Brewer, Jeffrey Roberts, Christian Duran, Emily Rollins, Grace Smith, Braden Beinhart, Andrew Winjam, Mary Flaherty, Liam Christensen, Abby McCormick. The following students earned a purple and silver cord with a grade point average of 3.6 to 3.99. Keith Dittmer, Tice Johnson, Andrew Wolf, Madison Hoffman, Jenny Messamaker, Megan Lewiston, Riley Mathis, Haley Darr, Preston Anderson, Terrell Hagener, Abigail Hill, Matthew Bidrell, Aiden Vicaroy, Michaela Hawk, Lily Beamer, Benjamin Richardson, Grant Biddle, Brennan Meacham, Isabella DeVito, Olivia Bauer, Eva Gable, Sophia Bell, Aiden Freshley, Samuel Pilat, Bailey Blake, Rebecca Berkeley, Maggie Corkish, Anna Marvelli, Faith Evans, Braden Paxson, Colin Gertz, Mary Studeker, Kale Ardridge, Andy Campbell, Riley Davidson, Gabriel Zwanziger, Catherine Day, Trevor Valentine, Carter Illingworth, Nicholas Bonanno, David O'Mara, Blake Kennedy, Owen Fix, Madison Kinsey, Bryce Wilbur, Caitlin Bird, Kenneth Dompierre, and Michael Roberts. Congratulations.
Seniors, congratulations on your achievements to this point. As a first-year principal in Indianola, you have shown your leadership in our buildings and in our community. You have set the bar high for those who will follow you. I greatly appreciate your efforts, your moxie, and your poise in dealing with an extraordinary situation that has disrupted your senior year. I will not forget my first year here in Indianola as your high school principal, and for that, I thank you all. I wish you all the best in the future and hope Indianola High School has prepared you with the tools you need to reach your goals and get started on your next adventure. At this time, it is my pleasure to present the class of 2020 to Mr. Sadoff and the Indianola Board of Education. These students have successfully met the requirements for graduation set forth by Indianola High School and the state of Iowa. Ian Ackerson, Ashley Arns, Jonathan Akes, Cale Aldridge, Seth Alsted, Maria Alvarez Parra, Preston Anderson, Penelope Anderson, Ishmael Anad, Cassie Baker, Kaylin Barker, Jacob Beretta, Olivia Bauer, Lily Beamer, Blake Beener, Braden Beinhart, Frederick Belger, Sophia Bell, Peyton Belt, Nathan Benge, Miles Berg, Rebecca Berkeley, Grant Biddle, Matthew Biddle, Isabella Bingaman, Bailey Blake, Alexander Bowden, Nicholas Bonanno, Peyton Buzel, Joseph Borgmeyer, Lyndon Boyd, Elizabeth Boyens, Danielle Brady, Allison Brewer, Kelsey Burgess, Malachi Burgess, Gabriel Boothman, Caitlin Bird, Andy Campbell, Kylie Cash, Zachary Chaplin, Madison Chatham, Chloe Church, Samuel Cherry,
Seth Chittenden, Liam Christensen, Noel Clark, Miles Combs, Rebecca Combs, Alyssa Constable, Anastasia Craven, Renee Croat, Brody Kraus, Benjamin Cruz, Haley Darr, Riley Davidson, Madeline Davis, Catherine Day, Dylan Deffenbaugh, Isabella DeVito, Blaze Dittmer, Keith Dittmer, Kenneth Dompier, Russell Downey, Seth Eaton, Valerie Egenberger, John Eilers, Ethan Ellsworth, Zachary Endrizal, Ethan Irvin, Celtic Irwin Johnson, Faith Evans, Joyce Falarka, Kaylee Fetters, Caitlin Fisher, Owen Fix, Mary Flaherty, Logan Flynn, Celeste Ford, Audrey Foster, Natasha Franzen, Hunter Freeman, Bree Frericks, Aiden Freshley, Clay Fry, Ava Gable, Caitlin Garner, Jeffrey Gerhart, Colin Gertz,
Madeline Green, Macy Grimsrud, Terrell Hegner, Jay Hale, Daniel Hampton, Cameron Hardy, Josie Hastings, Sam Hatton, Madeline Hayes, Alexander Herrick, Trey Houghton, Hope Hicks, Abigail Hill, Austin Hilsenbeck, Grant Hickson, Michaela Hoke, Abby Hodson, Madison Hoffman, Jack Hoyman, Jonathan Huffer, Aiden Hunterdoss, Skylar Hughes, Carter Illingworth, Christian Juron, Anna Starr Jensen, Ty Jensen, Bella Johnson, Corey Johnson, Tice Johnson, Bianca Kello Brooks, Brianna Kello Brooks, Blake Kennedy, Abigail King, Madison Kinsey, Nicholas Koenig, Maggie Korkush, Thomas Craffle, Nathan Lehman, Andrew Lester, Megan Lewiston, Tristan Looker,
Chandler Lowry, Bryce Loinachan, Josiah Lucci, Carter Luttrell, Kylie Mallory, Anna Marvelli, Riley Matthias, Lauren Matthew, Abby McCormick, Kristen McEwen, Sarah McGinnis, Skylar McCason, Matthew McKnight, Caitlin McNeely, Brennan Meacham, Jordan Moe, Jenny Messamaker, Jacob Meyer, Troy Michael, Christopher Michael, Andreas Miller, Gage Miner, Morgan Minks, Ethan Moore, Hunter Morgan, Diamond Mosley, Jaden Merzina, Catherine Murphy, Miranda Murphy, Jacob Myers, Christian Norfleet, Jillian Norton, Caleb Nostrala, Jacob Nye, David O'Mara, Devin Ortega, Alexander Parker, Benjamin Parkins, Braden Paxson, Preston Pettit, Natalie Phillips, Jeffrey Fippen, Samuel Pilat, Nicholas Piper, Alexis Pollock,
Cade Poots, Brooklyn Potabom, Trenton Reagan, Deacon Reed, Randall Reed, Riley Reeves, Ashley Reddig, Benjamin Richardson, Kayla Rieger, Jeffrey Roberts, Michael Roberts, Ashley Rockhold, Emily Rollins, Marcel Rosales Ide, Colby Sabin, Molly Sage, Wilson Sandquist, Alexis Schultz, Joshua Shoemaker, Brittany Scoville, Jaden Scoville, Cami Selvage, Ethan Showers, Jaden Schuff, Jessica Sickles, Allison Silver, Samantha Slaughter, Jarrett Sloan, Grace Smith, Hope Smith, Trinity Smith, Goran Solheim, Mary Stodecker, Corey Stevens, Kayleen Stout, Emily Strabel, Kayla Strelecki, Elijah Strong, Alexandria Terrell, Madeline Teskey, Jacob Thomas, Taylor Thomas, Nathan Thompson,
Tucker Thorson, Gavin Tickey, Anthony Tygo, Logan Tolley, Cheyenne Torres, Emily Turnbull, Gage Twombly, Trevor Valentine, Alec Vanderpool, Aiden Vickroy, Caleb Watson, Natalie Webb, Christian Whirling, Andrew West, Bryce Wilbur, Allison Wilkins, Nicholas Wilkinson, Hunter Williams, Heather Wilmot, Andrew Wingham, Braden Wireman, Andrew Wolf, Jacob Woods, Natalie Woolsey, Leanna Yefremenkoff, Luke Humans, Will Young, Nathan Zeno, Gabriel Swanziger. Gabe, this is your time to shine. After many years of being last, you will get to be the first to show your classmates how to move their tassels to signify they have each accomplished something that nobody can take away. Please move your tassel from the right side to the left side. Graduates, please follow Gabe's direction.